Okay. What I am going to go over here is air braking. I do this a lot in my other, mainly in career. You air brake a lot. It saves fuel. It's kind of tedious when you get down to it, but oh well, who cares? But these things here are great for air braking. If you don't have them, you need to get them. And I don't know if it's mod or not, because about the only mods I run are Mech Jab, Kerbal alarm clock. I do have Hyper on there, but I don't use it that much. I don't use Mech Jab in the way a lot of people use it either. But I know some people say, well, you're cheating. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, if you got a computer, use it. I'm sure the astronauts NASA does now anyway. I know they do. I know SpaceX does, and that's the biggest scam ever out there. They use a computer. If you really know about getting to Mars, you need to think about it for a while. That's 18 months for people, how many ever people there are. That consists of a lot of water and a lot of food to support that. The space shuttle gets resupplied a lot, more than what you think it does. In the space station, especially the space station, it gets resupplied a lot more than what you think that does. They was running kind of short there one time because they couldn't. Had three rockets that blew up on them. I think it was 3 or 2 or 2. It doesn't matter, but yeah, that gets resupplied more than what you think. I already refueled this. I don't know where the right there it is. So I've already refueled this off my refueler, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna air brake on Joel. So let me just go ahead and make it my target. And it's just about where I want it at. You want it at 45 in between here and there is where you want it at. So it's better off sometimes if you have it here, but I think this is close enough just to show you what I need, what we're going to do. And the reason why I know the first thing you want to do is get out into this synchronous orbit with it, or an orbit you can synchronize with it. So that's going to be our first big. And hopefully I don't crash into the refueler doing this. And from that point, when I didn't use Mech Jab, I just fast speed this up until then, but I got Mech Jab, so I'm not going to do that. It just gets monotonous after a while, and I can just click that, and it will do it for me. So, and you know what I forgot to do? I keep forgetting to put monopropellant back in. I wish I'd just someone would come up with a mod for fuel, to transfer all the fuel from one ship to another. Do they have that mod? Someone please let me know. Because this is the most tedious thing I do, especially when you get big ships like this, to transfer fuel from a bunch of tanks to another tank. Now, if I don't use a filter on this pipe. If anybody want to do, if the filter goes in here, I usually don't use a filter. I don't like weak tobacco. I like a strong tobacco. Yeah, sometimes it makes me cough, but if I get it up my nose, because I've had sinus problems all my life, even before I smoked. So don't give me this stuff about, well, you're smoking, it gives you sinus. No, I had sinus problems even before I smoked. It kind of runs in the family. And the people that came up with tobacco, which is the Native Americans, you can't find out if you ever find any of them. Bodies, most of them that died did not die from lung cancer or tobacco problems. And the brand they had, the tobacco they had, was a lot stronger than what we have today. You can't smoke that stuff. You can't smoke it. It's too strong. And here we go. So I got my time mark on. No. Make sure I ain't gonna hit that. It's gonna be behind us. I just about did hit one time. And if you ever try to make one hit each other, it's not as easy. I mean, space is vast. I mean, that will show you. Just try to get two ships and then try to have one hit the other going in opposite directions. It's not that easy. Never seen me launch this. Maybe I'll put a video up on that. I've given it to other people. This is a big ship. It can get out to Lida, Lether. It can get out to Joel very easily. If you refuel it, you got to launch it, then refuel the tanks you got. If you want to, you can keep an extra tank on there. But if you watch what you do, your launch windows and all that, it'll get there with fuel to spare. Plus, if you want to, I think I got one out there now. I air braked on it. It's out there at Joel. On my other one, on my other career, I air braked. The only way I could afford it. This thing was expensive enough as it was. I kind of like career and I like science, but I like career a lot better. It's a little bit harder to do, but I like it a lot better. You gotta watch what you're doing. You watch what you're doing, you can do it easy. It's easy to do once you just figure out that the idea is to make a profit. You gotta make a profit. It's not. That's why sometimes people don't understand. That's why the Russian space program had such a hard problem. Yes, they did. They about killed a lot more astronauts than they probably did, and they just don't admit it. But they had some astronauts. Their program was plagued with problems. Ed Grodin, a good friend of mine, he was liaison between NASA and them at the time when they started building this the space station, and there were some things that they did that just wasn't kosher. One of them was when they was up there at one time, they tried to dock a ship without using laser guidance. They wanted to try to do it manually. About killed everybody on the space station. Russia didn't tell anybody they was going to do it. About killed everybody on that space station. And one time they even had on re-entry, of course they did burn up an astronaut, and they killed a couple others. They couldn't find out where they landed at. They ended up landing in the lake. Couldn't get them. It was a mess. So now I'm just going to go to match planes. You want to match planes with the target. That's very important. I'll show you why here in a little bit, but you got to match planes. And I lost my target. Oh, there it is. I want to go with Eve. Okay, next ANN. I think it works out better if you're AN and DN, but I'm just going to go with this one. You need to match the target. You match the planes. That's kind of important when you get down to it. And the reason why is You want to be able to get in kind of close to the planet and have a good gravitational grab on it, swing by. You don't want one of these great big long spread out views about this, like, you know, like this. You want something that comes in close. I'll show you here. Now after this, we'll see if I got enough fuel to get to Eva. My kids watch Wally all the time. Wally! Wally! It's a good show. I kind of enjoyed it. It always got me though. They put all these people on this big ship because there's all this trash here on Earth. Why not just put all the trash on the big ship and then send it toward the sun? Just a question. Just a question and answer. Just a question. Just a question. Just a, you know. People just don't, sometimes they just don't process, I think. They don't just process their thoughts or the way things should really be. Oh, then you'll be polluting the sun. No, I don't think so. It would just burn it up before you even touched it. It just incinerate it. Then it would just, all the minor particles would just become part of the universe again, as it once was. We are made out of stardust. We are stardust. We're made out of it. So, there's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun. We're just made out of stardust. One big supernova somewhere that happened a long time ago. So, we're all made out of stardust. Okay. I'll let this, see if I can't get this to finish off there. Okay, now this is the important part. What we want to do is Hoffman transfer to a target. Okay, we want to create and execute, but we want to abort that node. You want to see, you're going to see here, focus view. Okay, we want to get that in there closer. And so that may not even be good enough for me. I'll use that to go in there. Okay, now what? I actually want to make that come in the other way. Oh, there we go. If I can get that in, okay, now I want this to be, you want this to be about 76 if you can, or close to, close to it as you can get. And what you do is you hit that, you will, whoop. That's 8, that's a little bit too close. I'm using my scrolling wheel, and that takes it out slowly. 69. $89, back the other way. 86. 83. So go on back the other way just a touch. Now you can get that close enough, and I really leave it alone. Leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that and go ahead and execute that node. Now see how that looks there. That may not make it. It should. But you want to get that as close. If you can even get it closer, you're better off. I'm hoping that's good enough to make a entry burn. That's 43 seconds, and I know I got an engines are about empty, so I need to watch this. Now there was probably enough fuel on here to do a retro burn, but I don't really want to. I'm trying to show you about the air braking. And different planets have different heights for air braking. Actually, Joule and Eve are about the same. You can do it between 76 and 78. If you got good heat shields, it's usually no problem with any distance until you get to under 50,000. I haven't tried it that close, but the closer you get, the more chances are you just keep on burning right into the atmosphere, and you can't get back out of the atmosphere, and you end up burning up or crashing. So, and what happens if once you get past the PE or the AE, Appalaps, if you're not into an orbit, you can turn around real quick and do a short burn, and it'll get you there. That's just the way that works. It's an assistance, and sometimes, most times, when I air brake, it works pretty well, and you get into the orbit, the extended orbit. Then you just have to keep doing it until you get down to where you need to be at. I'll show you just one time through. So. And got 189 days. One bottle of beer in the wall. One bottle of beer. This is actually the size you need for 2 people. If he was going to go to Mars. 2 people. And all these would be full of food. For 2 people. Yep. That's how much food and water you need. Three meals a day, 18 months, or however how long it takes. Think about it. Then you have to get it up into orbit. Then you have to have the delta force to get it to Mars. I backpack a lot. I'm planning on making a trip through Appalachian Trail. You cannot carry enough food to make the whole trip. You have to have resupply points along the point. Even the Buckeye Trail, which I'm going to do first, I have to have resupply. I'm probably going to go do the Buckeye Trail in stints. You know. By the way, I use page down for my staging. I don't use spacebar because I keep hitting it with stuff. And we leave junk in space. But the Kerbalites will destroy that. All you have to do is go to your tracking station and hit debris and click on your Kerbalite button, and it will terminate that ship. They will eat that ship up, and eating everything they're in, including their Kerbals if you have Kerbals on board. So. Oh, I forgot. Now I'm going to use. Got to get that up here. Cap locks, and I can actually micro manage that. Get where I want. I'm using my H and N on my thrusters, my thing. So then I'm going to space warp right to here. Warp here. I'll keep everything there. However long this is going to take, 130 days, 124. We're warping right along. Eating and drinking are 3 meals a day, and taking in 8 ounces of water, the least amount of water we can take in and survive. Anyway, Ed Grodine said, according to the SpaceX program, he said that people will be drinking their own urine and eating their own fecal matter in order to survive, or each other. So there we go. Now what we want to do, make sure that's right there. We're going to go there. I want to go this, and we want to hit their appellage. Prograde. We want to come in at prograde. I don't know what's going on there. Am I still warping? No. There. Oh, I know what's on. Gotta take my cap. And there it is. Now you want to do that. Then you want to come in here. You don't want to come in right there. You want to come in right there into warp right about here. Well enough above. Oh shoot! I forgot to. Ooh, I forgot to move. Ooh, escape. Ooh. M. I about forgot to do the most important thing here. You gotta inflate all these things. Yeah, if we don't inflate these, we won't have no heat protection. Now, what you want to do is just leave that right there like that. Now, you can spin it around, get it flat if you want to, but it's not necessary. Let's see how much monopropellant I got. If I got enough, I'm going to leave it on. See if I can't spin it around a little bit. Make it look, at least look a little bit neater. Oh, going the wrong way. 97. You want to come in right at prograde. You see it's starting to heat up now, and hopefully you should start seeing this to come around, start moving it, and it is. And try to keep it. There it goes. These will get hot, yes. And I hope I can do this. I'll just keep it here. See, the orbit is slowing down quite a bit. Now it's coming back up. I'm not where I need to be at. That's the idea of it. And I'll show you what I was talking about. I'm going to put a maneuver right here. Just do that. That's all you need. Yeah, you can spin around at this point. You're at 93. So now I got a 9-second burn instead of like a 3-minute burn. But you understand that. That's just, I should have came in. I should actually going for the on here, going for the highest. When I did match planes, go with the nearest A and D in with target. That makes it for a better angle of an attack. AOA. And we should hurry up, hurry up. Watch this. Now you can just start giving it a little bit of fuel. Actually, if you can, it won't, because I'm gonna have to do this myself. There we go. I did that myself, but that's okay. Now you get the gist of it. Now this here, now, there you go. That's basically what you want to do. And that's too much, so we can warp out here. Now you can use RCS and actually N or H and find out which one is. I gotta get on one of them first. Okay, now we can go to 77. There we go. I want to get on here before I warp up to here. That's it. That's basically, you use a lot less fuel. And you'll see here when I get here. Okay. You want to make sure you stay back far enough so you have time enough to get your ship back into the next position. Otherwise you'll come in backwards and you'll burn a lot of stuff up. I did that a couple times. Just got to be careful doing this. Just come back in at prograde again. what that will do is start shrinking that down. Yeah, it takes time. I'm sorry. But that's just the idea of it. Just make sure you got enough heat shielding on there to protect the ship. So that's basically how you do it. Just it's not that difficult. And you just keep doing this, and you keep moving this out a little bit at a time, until you get down to where it's almost where you can use very little fuel to correct it.